of is that the Lord, in this book, He's established what's going to happen to the earth and those wicked men in the earth. So if you live your life unrighteous, if you're doing something sneaky, or if you're doing something with guile, you want to be careful, people. You want to be mindful of the Lord, because it's all about remembrance. And how do you remember the Lord? Constantly reading this Bible. Read on, brother.
Malachi 3:17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts. And that day, when I make up my jewels.
Praise the Lord. That's good on that. Good on that. Come back. Come to give me that Isaiah 34:16. Isaiah 34:16. And give me Ecclesiastes 12:11 and 13.
Isaiah 34:16.
So one thing you want to also be mindful of is that those that fear the Lord, they're going to stay in touch, and they're going to never do amiss. They're going to always obtain in righteousness. But if you fall off the rock, or if you faint, or if you leave off the Lord's zone, it's going to be fire and brimstone coming for you, chasing you down, people. Read on, brother.
Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Praise the Lord. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. You can't couple this Bible up with no Keeper in the Gospel, or no Book of Mormon, or no book or even no New World Translations. A lot of these Jehovah's Witnesses feel that they need a New World Translation of the Bible to understand it. Or the Quran. Muslims want to couple the Quran with the Bible. It don't make no sense. The Quran is the third book. This is the Bible, first and second. You got to go to first grade before you go to third grade. And matter of fact, you want to leave off all of that madness, because then, what's that? You got the Ecclesiastes? Yes. Finish reading that first.
Isaiah 34:16. Seek you out the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Come on.
For my mouth it hath commanded.
Read it.
And His Spirit it hath gathered them.
Praise the Lord. So you can't make this with nothing to understand this word. You have to come to this in full sincerity. And on top of that, you got to humble up and be taught over. Because all the garbage that you thought you knew is wrong. It's lies. Alright? Read the 17th verse.
Isaiah 34:17. He hath cast the lot for them.
Praise the
and
Lord.
His hand hath divided it unto them by line.
The prophets.
They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
Shall they dwell herein. Right here in the scriptures, man. This is our security in the earth. This is how we get this confidence and stability in the earth. It's through this word. Alright, read on, brothers.
Ecclesiastes 12:11. The word of the wise are as gold, and as nails fastened by the master of assembly.
Goals are driving in posts. The masters of assemblies are us, man. People that's preaching His word in sincerity. People, the prophets. Alright? The prophets, exactly. The masters of assemblies are the prophets. Read on, brother.
The words of the wise are as goads and as nails fastened by the master assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And furthermore, and further by these, my son, be admonished. Of making of many books, there is no end.
Yeah, so there's no end of making of many books. It's going to be constantly books coming out every year to try to break down this. You got these little pamphlets going around. I hate to mention the Jehovah's Witness again, but I got to mention you. Because you're making comic books of the Bible, trying to say that you're teaching people, passing them out, disturbing everybody, knocking on doors, things of that matter. It makes no sense for you to even try to take from here to try to break down. Just read here. Just read this word and break it down. You don't need no extra books. A lot of people going to college, wearing yourself out, thinking you're going to make something of your life in college, following this so-called white man. Because he said you got to go get an education to get a better job. People, it's nonsense, people, because the more and more that you go into the college and into getting the master's degrees and all of that, is the more further that you're making yourself from the Lord. Understand this, people. So if the making of many books, there's not going to be no end. It's going to take you away from the remembrance of the Lord. For you studying all those books, you're going to come up with all these different ideas of how it should go, or how the word is being interpreted. Right? Come back to the 2 Peter. Go ahead, read it.
And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making of many books, there is no end. And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
This weariness of the flesh is to wear you down. But keep in mind that this word is the #1 seller. It's the only book you need. The only book. You need this. Get a Bible, get a dictionary, and a concordance. That's how you're going to understand this word. If you see a word you come across that you don't understand, go to the dictionary. Get the understanding of that word. Because if you get one word jacked up, Like these New World Translations, for instance, they'll take one word out of context and screw up your whole understanding, people. So I would throw that away. I would trash that, burn it, come back to the scriptures, man, the Holy Scriptures. King James, 1611 edition. They got the Bible and the Apocrypha compiled within it. So understand, people, you need all of this, these tools, to be whole within the Lord. All right? Come back to the 2 Peter.
2 Peter 1 and 4. Whereby are given unto us an exceeding great and precious promise, that by these you might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. And besides this,
Read it.
giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge.
Praise the Lord. Stop for a second, because I want to key in on this faith vibration. And a lot of people don't have the faith that they're supposed to have, right? Faith, we're going to get the definition real quick. Hebrews 11 and 1. Because the Bible gives us definitions too, people. And you want to understand that all the things that you read in a dictionary don't give up the proper understanding. So you got to come to the Word and how the Word is breaking down this particular word, faith. All right? Give me the Hebrews 11 and 1.
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Come on.
The evidence of things not seen.
The evidence of things not seen. Read on.
For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High.
Come on.
So that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
So it's through the evidence of faith. It's through the reading of this word. Though we didn't know or were here when the world was created, we got the knowledge that this is the Most High's doing. That this is the Lord's hand that did this. This world didn't just come through some energy force like science portrays or some millions of years ago. Nah, it's the word of the Lord. The word of the Lord that framed the earth and the heavens. Read that. Read it. It's in Genesis, people. The first chapter. All right? Come back to read the 2 Corinthians 5 and 5. Take that to the 11th verse. Give me the Romans 8:22. No, 8:19. Romans.
2 Corinthians 5 and 5.
And one thing I want to also say about faith, because I want to key in on that part, is faith, is that you got to have that strong confidence and belief. All right? That's what your faith is, the confidence and the belief. Right? And it's also about spiritual apprehension rather than proof. You're apprehended from certain things in your life because you have the spiritual proof within this Bible. You have enough examples how people crossed the Lord, was taken out. Didn't even get a second chance. They just got killed. Lord just kill them right off. Oh, I know what you're saying. The Lord doesn't kill. We'll get to that. He does. He does. He does do away with the wicked. Trust me. Read that for 2 Corinthians.